All right, guys, you're gonna get a live action video here, rare for me. This is how anal I am with this. You see this overhang? I did a video on blending this earlier, like, I don't know, a month ago. I'm gonna go through with this exacto knife and cut this guy. And this is how you do it. This is how I do it. And I didn't do this when I blended the other side of it, or when I used the double cut burr to blend the, what do you want to call it? The phenolic spacer. So I plugged that up with some rags, and I just run along it with this exacto knife using the toe in really small strokes. And just you go along and cut it out of there, because it was sticking out, you know, way more than my liking. Now, before I take this stuff off, I'm trying to freehand this video, by the way. Before I take my rags out, I'm going to use a vacuum cleaner and suck these pieces of gasket material out. Make sure this is pretty difficult. Make sure there's no gasket left in there, obviously, when I run the engine. It's not as big a deal as you think. If there's any particles left behind, you suck them right up and then you take it out and stick the wand down in there and clean it. Make sure it's gone. It comes right out pretty easily. So there. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go through when the camera's off and, oops, sorry. Get a little more specific. It's hard doing this, you know, while filming. Make sure there's not a lot of burrs left over. But that's how intense I get with trying to make sure my flow is good enough, not impeded by stuff. I mean, I don't know, how big is that? A 1/16 of an inch maybe sticking out there? That's way too much for my acceptability level. I want it nothing. I want it smooth. So some people wouldn't even care, but I take the time to do every little step like this, because I think I stated this theory before in one of my videos, if you watched them all. Like, I try to make power, I'm gonna have to trim on the top side here too. I try to make power like very incrementally through every little step I can, because a lot of it doesn't cost anything. Like, if I can make a couple, you know, 0.2%, I don't know, all that shit adds up after a while. If you take time to make this perfect, and you do your gasket match perfect, and then you port as good as you can yourself, which if you pay attention and you practice some, you can do a pretty good porting job on your own if you have an idea what you're doing. And pretty soon you've got like 7% more horsepower than you did before for literally no cost. I mean, maybe that's excessive, but even 1 or 2% is, you know, it's worth it. It's worth doing all this shit. Obviously, I mean, I'm doing this on my own stuff, so it's not like a customer thing where I have a huge time constraint, but why not make everything as smooth as a transition as you can? All right, I just wanted to do some of that. Now, then I'm gonna flip this over and play with some other parts I got. I'll give you a preview. And this will hopefully take care of my other, that's trash. Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. Some of you guys might know what these are. We'll show that later. See ya.